Excellencies, very senior officers serving and retired, Your Royal Highnesses, my Lord spiritual and temporal, captains and chieftains of industries, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Leading the guards was the saluting dice to pay their respect to the special guest of honor at the VIP box is the guard of the Nigeria Prison Service, an organization established in 1861 by the then British colonial administration. The organization is headed by the Controller General of Prisons, Alhaji Ahmed Jafaru. Today we have a strength of 50 personnel of the Nigeria Prison Service, with a guard commanded by Deputy Superintendent of Prisons, Edet Eta Efoli. Any moment from now, they will be paying their respect to the special guest of honor at the VIP box. Marching closely behind them is the guard of the Nigeria Immigration Service, an organization established in 1891 and presently under the leadership of the Controller General of Customs, Colonel Hamid Ibrahim Ali, retired. Today we have 50 personnel of the Nigerian Customs Service, commanded by Assistant Superintendent of Customs, S.S. Mohammed. Marching closely behind the guard of the Nigeria Customs Service is that of the Nigeria Immigration Service, an organization established in 1953, presently headed by Controller General of Immigration, Alhaji Muhammad Babandede. On parade today, we have 50 personnel of the Nigeria Immigration Service, commanded by Assistant Superintendent of Immigration, A.A. Alade. The Nigeria Immigration Service Guard is closely followed by that of the Federal Road Safety Corps, an organization established in 1988, presently under the leadership of the Corps Marshal, Federal Road Safety Corps, Dr. Boboye Oyeyemi. Today we have 50 personnel of the Federal Road Safety Corps, commanded by Route Commander F.W. Luka. Any moment from now, it will be the turn of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps to pay their respect to the special guest of honor, an organization established in 2003, presently under the leadership of Commander General, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Abdullahi Muhammadu. On parade today, we have 50 personnel of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, commanded by Assistant Superintendent Tonko James. The guard is closely followed by that of the Federal Fire Service, established in 1963, under the leadership of Controller General of Fire Service, Joseph Garba Animi. Today we have a strength of 50 personnel of the Federal Fire Service, commanded by Major Jankai Frank. Next in line to pay their respect to the special guest of honor is the Guard of the Nigerian Legion, established in 1962, presently headed by Chairman Nigeria Legion, Brigadier General Jones Adakole Akpa, retired. Today we have 50 ex-servicemen and war veterans of the Nigerian Legion on parade, commanded by Otubike Donatus. Closely following the Guard of the Nigerian Legion is the Guard of the National Youth Service Corps, established in 1973, presently under the leadership of the Director General, National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Suleiman Kazori. On parade, we have 50 Corps members commanded by Corps member Nathaniel Zachariah. I shall now call on the Superintendent of Police, Yusuf Buba Birma, to anchor the march past by the Nigerian Police Force Mounted Troops.
Thank you, Captain Tanimu Usman. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, members of diplomatic corps, ladies and gentlemen, elegantly coming up now is the March Past Parade of the Nigerian Police Mounted Troop Section. The troopers mounted on their police service horses are skillfully marching with their national colored cap lances in their right hands. Indeed, a colorful mounted ceremonial parade. Approaching the saluting dais is the parade commander, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Timothy Kaswa, enlisted into the Nigerian police force in 1964, and he hailed from Shandam local government of Plateau State. He did his basic reputation course at the Nigerian Police Mounted Training Center, Bukuru Jos. He is currently the commandant of the Nigerian Police Mounted Training Center, Bukuru Jos. The mounted troop, established since 1963 under the Department of Operations, functions in the police in the areas of ceremonial duties. It is also involved in presidential ceremonial parades. And when on the horses, they give the president and the commander-in-chief of the armed forces this mounted guard of honor. Your Excellency, invited guests, you may wish to be informed that serving state governors and the Inspector General of Police enjoy half section of the police mounted troop ceremonial parade. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, kindly permit me to accustom you with some of the professional police duties of the Nigerian Police Mounted Troop Section. They are engaged in crowd control, especially in public gathering and dispersing of rioters, urban patrols of recreational parks and ocean beaches. They are exceptionally deployed to rural patrols, to villages and settlements not motorable, where they sometimes serve as mobile police stations. They are equally deployed in border patrols. This indeed explains the unique functions of the specialized unit of the Nigerian Police Force. At this juncture, Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, may I hand over to the Nigerian Army Liaison Officer, Captain Usman Tanimu, to continue with the Nigerian Army proceedings. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Special Guest of Honor, Your Excellency, the Vice President, Your Excellencies, very senior officers serving or retired, Your Royal Highnesses, my Lord spiritual and temporal, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. The next activity we will be witnessing will be a display of military equipment. May I please request our distinguished guests to sit back and enjoy the view as we showcase the military might of the Nigerian Armed Forces. Leading the line of combat equipment display is the Nigerian Army. And
perhaps this is the point at which many will love to experience something new. They've seen march past, the slow and the quick time. They've also seen march past by the paramilitary formations in the country. And now it is time for some aerial displays by the Nigerian Air Force. This is indeed the moment many have been waiting for. So enjoy it right here on the NTA.
2012, under the supervision of the Nigerian Army Corps of Military Police. It is the first of its kind in West Africa. The center is aimed at combating security challenges which is in line with the keenness of the Nigerian Army to fight insecurity and enhance the capability of the service to deal with contemporary challenges in the country. The introduction of dogs to fight terrorism is informed by the sensory ability of the animal species. The center has in its inventory several breeds of dogs, which include Labradors, German Shepherds, and Belgian Malinois, all of which are trained in the art of detection of packages like improvised explosive devices and narcotics. They are also used for search and rescue operations, detection of human remains, and patrol. Next equipment on display are the Cobra armored personnel carriers of the Nigerian Army Infantry Corps, known as Cobra APCs for short. The Cobra APC is made in Turkey and introduced into the Nigerian Army inventory in 2007. It is a frontrunner in the ongoing counterinsurgency operation in the Northeast, as most of the mechanized units are equipped with this variant. The characteristics of the Cobra APC include speed, mobility, protection, and communication, amongst others. It also has a self-inflating and self-recovery system. Its main armament is the .50-inch Browning machine gun, but it is also equipped with a 7.62mm coaxial machine gun. Next set of vehicles on display are the Toyota Buffalo vehicles, closely following the mine-resistant, ambush-protected armored personnel carrier. Today we have two variants of the MRAP APC. The CSV-3 MRAP, introduced into the Nigerian Army inventory in 2013, and the straight Spartan MRAP, which is part of the 28 acquired by the administration of His Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari. The Buffalo vehicles are configured with a gun stand to carry the 12.7mm anti-aircraft gun as its main armament. Your Excellency, it will interest you to know that the Toyota Buffaloes were remodeled by the Nigerian Army to tow anti-aircraft guns with a mobile defense shield. Closely following the Buffaloes is the Wolf. Wolf is a modification of the Buffalo Jeep to become a special force vehicle. It is a project produced on the initiative and directive of the present Chief of Defense Staff, General Abayomi Gabriel Olonishakin. It was produced in the Armed Forces Electrical and Mechanical Engineering Workshop in conjunction with East Gold Limited. The next vehicles on display are the Canter trucks. The Mitsubishi Canter vehicle is also remodeled to convey troops, has a gun mount of 12.7mm anti-aircraft gun as its primary armament. These vehicles are presently deployed in the ongoing counterinsurgency operation in the Northeast. They are closely followed by the Nissan VD water tanker and the heavy-duty Mack DM600 towing and recovery vehicle, which is configured to tow or lift any armored vehicle. Now making its way across the saluting dice is the vehicle blindé léger, called VBL for short. Made in France and introduced into the Nigerian Army inventory in 1994. Next on display is the Steyr armored personnel carrier, and is closely followed by the light armored multipurpose tracked vehicle, simply called MTLB, introduced into the Nigerian Army inventory in 2013. Has a carrying capacity of 10 men, with characteristics which include speed, protection, and mobility. Next vehicle is the infantry patrol vehicle, designed and produced in Nigeria by the Nigerian Army on the initiative and directive of the present Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai. Specifically designed to suit the terrain in all the regions of the country. They are followed by the Scorpion combat vehicle reconnaissance tract, simply called Scorpion CVRT. Refurbished at the Nigerian Army Special Vehicle Plant in Bauchi. Its main armament is the 76mm gun. Next vehicle on display is the Tango 72, introduced into the Nigerian Army inventory in 2014. Not only was the Tango 72 a frontrunner in the counter-insurgency operation in the Northeast, but it was a game changer as it turned the tides of battle and was paramount in the defeat of the insurgents. We also have on display the Vickers Eagle 1 main battle tank just ahead of the Tango 72. And before you, we have the 105mm 14 Paco Wiza, closely followed by the 105mm 56 Yugo field howitzer, all guns of the Nigerian Army Corps of Artillery. They are closely followed by the multi-barrel rocket launcher, simply known as MBRL, which fires 40 rockets. Now on display is the 155mm field howitzer Bofors, closely followed by the 155mm Model 41 Begua with a caliber of 155mm. The vehicle approaching the saluting dice is the ZSU 23-4-meter anti-aircraft gun, simply known as Shilka. It has a 4-barrel anti-aircraft self-propelled gun capable of engaging aerial and ground targets. Approaching the saluting dice is the pontoon bridge system of the Nigerian Army Engineers. It is a variant of the foldable floating bridge. The pontoon bridge system is of military load class 60. The equipment has 3 major parts, namely the prime mover, modules, and tugboat. Next category of equipment on display are those of the Nigerian Army signals. We have the pneumatic mast, which has 4 variants, the 80 feet, 50 feet, 20 feet, and the 15 feet. We also have the mobile command and control post, which also has 2 variants. They are used to provide multimodal connectivity for infrared surveillance system of up to 25 kilometers, detection range, and situational awareness. The next on display is the fitted for radio vehicle. And presently on display is the Nigerian Army Cyber Warfare Command. It will interest you to know that this is the newest command in the Nigerian Army, set up based on the foresight and vision of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai. The Cyber Command is composed of highly skilled information technology group of officers and soldiers called Cyber Warriors, commanded by Brigadier General Thomas Unoka. Making an approach towards the saluting dice is a guard from the Nigerian Army Women Corps of the Women Special Operation Battalion. Due to the asymmetric nature of warfare today in the world, the Nigerian Army has taken interest in the training of women officers and soldiers to play their role. The Nigerian Army Women Corps was established in March 2018 under the leadership of the present Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai. The essence of establishing the Corps is to ensure optimal performance of women towards enhancing Nigerian Army operational efficiency, as well as allow them aspire to the peak of their careers without limitation. The Corps headquarters is located at Giri, Abuja, and the acting Corps commander is Brigadier General B.P. Fakurwa. Today we have a guard from the Women's Special Operation Battalion, which is the first of its kind in the Nigerian Army. The commanding officer of the battalion is Lieutenant Colonel Susan John Dibal. The guard commander is Lieutenant Fatokun Ibukun, and at the rear of the guard is the Company Sergeant Major, Staff Sergeant John Christiana. The motorcycle riders escorting the guard perform the role of patrolling and monitoring the unit's area of responsibility, which include the general areas of Gwagwalada, Zuba, and surroundings. The combat march by the guard of the Women's Special Operations Battalion and the riders climax the Nigerian Army display. Next is a display of the Nigerian Navy equipment. I shall now call on Lieutenant Commander Abdusalam Sani to anchor this segment.
Thank
Lieutenant
you.
Commander Sani.
Captain Usman Tanimu. Your Excellency, Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, what you are about to see is a display of Nigerian Navy equipment. The cardinal role of the Nigerian Navy is the defense and security of Nigeria's maritime environment as bestowed on the Nigerian Navy by the constitutions of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellencies, in discharging these functions, the Nigerian Navy has in its inventory some right mix of platforms. For time and space, only few of these platforms will be displayed at this ceremony. The first boat that passes the saluting dice is the Penal Security Patrol Boat. The Penal boats are riverine patrol boats employed by the Nigerian Navy for patrolling the creeks and other brown water operations. Worthy to state is that the Penal boats were manufactured in collaboration with the Nigerian Navy by an indigenous company, Penal Group Services in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Your Excellency, the next boat that passes the saluting dice is the rigid hull inflatable boat. The rigid hull inflatable boat of the Nigerian Navy is a lightweight but high-performance and high-capacity boat constructed with solid-shaped hull and flexible collars. These collars allow the rigid hull inflatable boat to maintain buoyancy even in bad sea conditions. The boats are commonly 2.5 to 18 meters long and can be propelled by one or more outboard engines, inboard engines, or hydrojet. On board these rigid hull inflatable boats are some elements of Nigerian Navy boat services. Distinguished guests, the Nigerian Navy Special Boat Service is a special operation unit of the Nigerian Navy. It is a male-only outfit fashioned after the Royal Navy Special Boat Services. The Nigerian Navy Special Boat Service has been actively involved in most rescue missions of hijack and kidnapping in the Niger Delta areas, as well as northeastern part of Nigeria, where they carried out rescue operations and arrest of high-value targets. May we please appreciate the Nigerian Navy Special Boat Service. Excellencies, permit me to also state that these boats have been used for several operations such as Operation Octopus Grip, Operation Crocodile Smile, and Operation Towofa Clearance and Belindisha Clearance operations. These operations recorded successes and led to arrests of several suspected militant group members. Your Excellencies, dressed in their diving apparatus are men of the Nigerian Navy diving. The Nigerian Navy divers are units, are elements of the Nigerian Navy underwater operations of the Navy. Their primary roles are to carry out underwater inspection of ship hull, underwater repairs of ship structures, as well as the propellers, ruders, and stabilizers. They also carry out clearing sea chests of blockages, as well as search for limpet mines on ship's hull and jetty infrastructures. They also carry out air-to-sea search and rescue operations and maritime explosive ordnance. Additionally, they conduct clearance diving of mines and underwater explosives, as well as maritime salvage, to mention but a few. May we please appreciate the men of Nigerian Navy diving. Your Excellency, permit me to also state that these boats are borne on board some vessels and are employed for many purposes. The utilization of this boat for visit boat search and seizure and also for diving activities has tremendously aided operations on board some Nigerian Navy vessels. More importantly, the boats were used in conduct of assault and raid within the creeks during the Niger Delta crisis. The boats were also utilized for the insertion of special boat services in the creeks during the onslaught on pipeline vandals in the Ikorodu area in 2016. The continuous employment of this boat in the Nigerian Navy will enhance future operations, especially in special warfare. This will give the special operators additional capability to pace moving ships and conduct visit boat search and seizure, insertion and extraction, and pursuit of suspected vessels. Thank you very much. At this juncture, let me hand over the microphone to Superintendent of Police, Yusuf Birma.
Thank you, Lieutenant Commander Abdul Salam Sani of the Nigerian Navy Directorate of Information. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, next on the marching past parade is the Nigerian Police Canine Section and the Explosive Disposal Unit, EOD. The march past is a demonstration of police dogs and its handlers marching side by side. Marching just behind the canine teams is the Nigerian Police Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit. The Nigerian Police Canine Section was established in 1963, and the canine unit comprises of fully trained police personnel and their trained police dogs. The Specialized Canine Unit of the Nigerian Police Force is one of the numerous units under the Department of Operations and is headed by a Commissioner of Police. Approaching the saluting dais is the canine and the EOD parade teams. The parade is commanded by Assistant Superintendent of Police Abdullahi Ibrahim. ASP Abdullahi Ibrahim was born on the 14th of March 1966, and he hails from Lapai, local government of Niger State. He has several specialized canine trainings, a course among which is Canine Facilitator course in Braveheart Dog Academy, South Africa. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, it may interest you to know that the Nigerian Police Canine Unit has an ultra-modern dog breeding center and canine training schools at Dede, Abuja, and Bukuru, Jos. Under this administration, through the amiable leadership of the 19th Indigenous Inspector General of Police, IGP Ibrahim K. Idris, MPM, MNI, the Nigerian Police Force Canine Unit can proudly breed and train its police dog that has met best global international practices. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, please let's appreciate the Nigerian police as they march gallantly. The deployment of the Nigerian police is in various police command and formations nationwide. The Nigerian police canine are deployed in the northeast, where they give canines combat support to troops fighting insurgency. They are equally deployed in critical national infrastructure, especially the airport, pipelines, where they curtail activities of militancy. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, the scenario in display shows an instance where a suspected terrorist planted an improvised explosive device. The IED was planted in a soft target environment with the aim to achieve maximum casualty. The Nigerian Police Canine Team, Sergeant Osayi Samuel, and his police dog, Sergeant Fox, and explosive detection dogs were deployed to detect within the shortest possible time the location of the IED. Alas, the dog has not detected it, and the handler has rewarded the dog. The terrorist's intention was frustrated, and he has reverted to active shooting. But is timely subdued by the superior power of the police canine. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for this brave canine performance. This dog is a dual-purpose dog. It has the capacity to detect explosive as well apprehend suspects. At this junction, the Explosive Ordnance Unit has been notified of a suspected IED by the police canine. Caught in the suspect into custody for further investigation. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, the EOD unit, otherwise known as the Anti-Bomb Squad, was formed in 1976 after the Civil War, solely for the demining of landmines and other explosive evacuation. Today, the EOD has metamorphosed into a highly skilled and technically equipped explosive ordnance unit of the Nigerian Police Force. It is equally a unit under Nigerian Police Force Department of Operation. The EOD of the Nigerian Police Force has been notified of the detection of suspected IED by the K9. The EOD has deployed an iRobot which has gathered surveillance. Corporal Jajam Dauda, in a bomb suit, has been deployed to render safe the suspected IED. He has approached where the dog detected. He is wearing a bomb suit. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, the bomb suit is a personal protection equipment worn by the EOD personnel to protect them from fire, heat impact, bomb fragments, shrapnels, in case an explosion occurs. With this method and other sophisticated bomb disposal equipment, the EOD has prevented and detected several IEDs nationwide. Through these gallantry acts and sacrifice, the EOD unit has safely prevented the loss of innocent citizenry of our dear country. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, please appreciate the Nigerian Police Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit. The exceptional qualities of the specialized department has produced results, especially in volatile sport in the fight against insurgency in the Northeast. You may wish to know that this render safe bomb scenario is purely for demonstration purpose, as more technicalities may be required in real situation. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, please enjoy the ceremonial parade of the Nigerian Police Force Outrider section. The Outrider ceremonial escort movement is a movement usually done to President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In this parade, the rider of the lead bike in front of the escort movement is woman Inspector Helen Nadi. She is controlling the movement with precise pace, position, speed, and control. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, please let's appreciate this movement of the Nigerian Police Outrider section. Lying down and riding on the bike is ASP Adamu Salisu, a well-trained rider with over 20 years of experience, flagging his leg like wiper. Sitting on the box and dancing. This acrobatic and stylish movement by ASP Adamu Salisu is a display that can only be carried out by experts in this all-important specialized area of the Nigerian Police Force. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, you may wish to know that the Outrider unit of the Nigerian Police Force was formed since the inception of the Nigerian Police Force. This is a specialized section of the police force that operates with the motorcycles, and they provide escort duties to dignitaries and control of transportation. Giving us an acrobatic display is Inspector Abubakar. He is kneeling on the bike while riding And this riding signifies humility. Once again, sitting by the side is Inspector Abubakar Musa, a seasoned rider who was enlisted into the force since 2003, and he has discharged his police duty with the police outrider since his enlistment. Please, let's appreciate Inspector Musa Abubakar. Standing and saluting. Approaching the march ground with the national flag is Inspector Aminu Musa. Inspector Aminu Musa was enlisted since in 2002. He is standing with one leg, which is called the Scorpion acrobatic movement. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, this is a laying on motorcycle facing up position displayed by Inspector Aminu Musa, and it is mostly done to entertain the public, just as he's doing. Hanging on the side of the bike is called monkey style. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, you may wish to know that this is a tactical maneuver using the bike as a protective cover to shield away from passing through criminal gunfire. This method has been used to reach victims in their location, even under crossfire. Inspector Aminu Musa is a seasoned outrider of the Nigerian police force, standing while holding the national flag, celebrating the Nigerian 58th independence, is Inspector Aminu Musa. He is taking permission to leave. Inspector Aminu Musa, you have been permitted to take your leave. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, approaching the saluting dais is Woman Inspector Helen Nadi. She's paying compliment to Your Excellencies. This is Woman Inspector Helen approaching with the Scorpion movement. What a woman of repute, a woman among men. Please appreciate a definitive woman. She has keyed into the aphorism of what a man can do, the woman can do even better. Please, a round of applause for this wonderful display of Woman Inspector Helen Nadi. Coming now on display with speed and precise movement is a team of 4 riders. This is what they have been doing in the Nigerian police force. They have been doing that to their VIPs, wriggling through traffic and other narrow paths to ensure safe and smooth movements of their VIP. The Nigerian police force outrider functions with range of skills and operational experience from their policing background. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, amongst other police duties, they function in the following: escort duties of presidents, vice presidents, heads of National Assembly, serving state governors, members of diplomatic corps, Inspector General of Police, and other notable dignitaries. Through these movements and other acrobatic display, they have piloted their principal through smooth drive and through breeze. They have equally been deployed in urban patrol where they are deployed to prevent crime through visible policing. At this junction, Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, I would like to respectfully call upon Group Captain N.S. Basi, the Nigerian Air Force Commentary Officer for the Nigerian Air Force Air Show display. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The special guest of honor, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, Your Excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps, very distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Any moment from now, we shall be seeing the flypast and aerial show by the Nigerian Air Force. As introduced, I am Group Captain N.S. Richard Basi. I will be assisted in the course of commentary by Wing Commander Oluwaseun Ayotunde Oluwatayo. The Nigerian Air Force, among other responsibilities, is tasked to project air power in the defense of the territorial integrity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as well as the protection of Nigeria's airspace. As part of activities marking today's ceremony, the Nigerian Air Force, under the leadership of our amiable Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Baba Abubakar, distinguished flying star, will be showcasing some of its aircraft platforms in an aerial show involving several platforms and formations. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, 18 aircraft, or a total of 22 aircraft will be taking part in this show. Out of these, 18 were acquired by the present administration of His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari for the Nigerian Air Force. It is even more delighting to note that by the end of year 2020, Mr. President would have acquired a total of 37 new platforms for the Nigerian Air Force. The 17 additional aircraft to be inducted into the service from now through 2020 include 12 Super Tucano aircraft from the United States of America, 6 Agusta 109 power helicopters from Italy, and 1 Mi-35M gunship helicopter from Russia. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to state here that the last time the federal government acquired platforms for the Nigerian Air Force close to this number was in the early 80s. May I request a resounding round of applause for Mr. President. I will encourage us to fix our gaze in the horizon, far right of the VIP stand, as the aircraft will be making their appearances in a very short while. While we await the aircraft coming in, may I give you some highlights on some of the platforms and the formations that we will be witnessing today. First will be the Falcon formation. The Falcon formation comprises 2 Agusta 109 light utility helicopter with 1 EC-135 helicopter. Talking about the Agusta 109 helicopter, this aircraft was inducted into the Nigerian Air Force in February 2010 with the arrival of the first 2 helicopters. Another 4 were inducted later in the same year. Since induction, the aircraft has served effectively in both combat and non-combat roles. The lightweight multi-purpose helicopter has flown approximately 9,000 flying hours and has so far operated into all states of Nigeria and the Federal Capital Territory. The aircraft has actively participated in combat search and rescue, casualty evacuation, medical evacuation missions in several locations within Nigeria. In a very short while, we will be having the first formation coming in. Your Excellency, I encourage us to fix our gaze in the horizon, right off the VIP stand. You will behold the first formation, that is a Falcon formation comprising 2 Augusta 109 LUH helicopters and 1 EC 135 helicopter. The lead helicopter, the Augusta, is carrying the Nigerian national flag, which is the green, white, green, the pride of Nigeria. Going down history, the flag of Nigeria was designed in 1959 and first officially posted on the 1st of October 1960. The flag has 3 bands of green, white, green. The green represents natural wealth, while the white represents peace. Your Excellency, may I request a round of applause for the pride of Nigeria. The green, white, green has flown by this first formation. I'll now hand you over to my colleague, Wing Commander Oluwatayo, to continue with commentaries.
Thank you very much. Behind the Augusta 109 is the Eurocopter 135 helicopter. The EC 135 was donated to the Nigerian Air Force by the federal government in March 2016. The EC 135 helicopters, though civil, were weaponized through the Nigerian Air Force research and development efforts. They can now perform combat roles such as close air support, rescue missions, and casualty evacuation missions, amongst other roles. The helicopter is a light, multipurpose twin-engine helicopter. It has the capacity to airlift 5 passengers and also has provisions for winching, firefighting, and other special operations. In a short while, we shall be witnessing and seeing the Skyhawk formation. The Skyhawk formation will consist of 3 Mi-35M attack helicopters. Ladies and gentlemen, I will indulge us to shift our gaze to the right side of the pavilion again as we await the arrival of the Mi-35M attack helicopters. The Skyhawk formation. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, here arrives the Skyhawk formation consisting of 3 Mi-35 attack helicopters. It may be recalled that not too long ago, Mr. President approved funds for the procurement of the Mi-35M attack helicopters. 4 of the aircraft were delivered in 2016 and later inducted into the Nigerian Air Force in 2017. 3 are participating in the flypast, while the last is involved in missions in the Northeast. Since its induction into the service, the Mi-35M attack helicopter has conducted combat missions in simple and adverse weather conditions, both day and night. The aircraft is capable of delivering precision-guided munitions, hence it's been dubbed the game changer in the fight against the Boko Haram terrorists and bandits and cattle rustlers. Ladies and gentlemen, next formation is the Rainbow Formation. The Rainbow Formation comprises 3 Super Mushak primary trainer aircraft. The present administration, under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, has continued to support capacity development drive of the Nigerian Air Force in terms of manpower and equipment. Hence, following recent presidential approvals, 10 of the Super Mushak primary trainer were acquired from Pakistan. As we see, 3 are involved in the parade today. The next formation is the Diamond Aircraft Formation. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the front of the pavilion is the Diamond Formation of 3 DA-40 aircraft. The Diamond aircraft was inducted into the Nigerian Air Force in January 2015 as a primary trainer for ab initio program. The Diamond DA-40 is an Austrian 4-seat single-engine light aircraft built in Austria and Canada. The aircraft has been employed for ab initio training, basic flying training, and instructor pilot course, as well as intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. So far, the aircraft has trained 117 pilots. Ladies and gentlemen, the next formation is the Sentinel Formation. The Sentinel Formation is made up of 1 ATR-42 maritime patrol aircraft and 2 Beechcraft KA-350I aircraft. Please permit me to inform this esteemed audience that the participating ATR-42 aircraft was grounded for over 2 years. However, because of the great support by the present government, the aircraft was successfully reactivated and currently performing its primary roles of scouting for, obtaining intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. The aircraft is effectively used for search and rescue operations, patrol of the land borders, and is currently deployed in the Northeast for intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance duties. The platform has contributed significantly to various counterinsurgency operations in the country. Closely behind the aircraft was the Beechcraft KA-350 aircraft, which was inducted into the Nigerian Air Force in 2013. The Nigerian Air Force saw the need to acquire additional Beechcraft aircraft, which was delivered in 2014. The aircraft is equipped for day and night instrument flying conditions and certified to carry 9 passengers. The primary role of the KA-350 is to conduct light transport and light liaison flights for the armed forces. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Unity Formation. This is the peak of the formations in the Nigerian Air Force. It is led by the C-130 Hercules aircraft, and to his left are 3 L-39ZA, and to his right are 3 Alpha jets. The L-39 aircraft are trailing the famous green, white, green aircraft. Green, white, green of the Nigerian flag. The lead of the aircraft is the C-130 aircraft, is the workhorse of the Nigerian Air Force, and was manufactured in the United States by Lockheed Aerospace. The aircraft has been involved in major operations in Nigeria and outside the country. The aircraft has participated in several operations, including the EGOMOC operations in Liberia and Sierra Leone, repatriation of Nigerians from the Central African Republic, airlift of troops and equipment to Mali, Guinea-Bissau, and the Gambia, to mention but a few. Within Nigeria, the C-130 Hercules has been actively involved in the movement of troops and equipment to theaters of operations in the Niger Delta and in the Northeast. The aircraft was also employed for movement of election materials during the 2011 and 2015 general elections, and is gearing up to offer the same assistance in the forthcoming 2019 general elections. To the left of the C-130 was the L-39ZA aircraft. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, one of the L-39 aircraft was reactivated and weaponized under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari and was reconfigured for combat. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I will indulge us to fix our gaze to the left side of the pavilion. Straight ahead, our Alpha jets will be coming overhead in an eagle formation to conduct the famous bomb bust. Look straight ahead into the sky. The Alpha jets will soon be making their entrance to the center of the pavilion. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Alpha jets will be coming to perform the bomb bust, in which the lead will continue to fly straight, pitching up to 90 degrees, while the left and the right will be spanking to the left. That is the bomb bust. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause as the lead performs the aileron roll in salutation to the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Shortly after this beautiful presentation, ladies and gentlemen, straight ahead of you also, coming towards the center of the pavilion, is the L-39ZA aircraft. The L-39ZA aircraft will be coming in a three-ship formation, and they are known as the Cobras. The Cobra formation will be coming to perform the customary bomb bust and releasing the green, white, green, as we can see. Beautiful in the sky is the L-39 approaching the center of the pavilion and will be conducting the bomb bust. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the L-39ZA aircraft. The lead aircraft will also be pitching up and will be making a 90 degrees, while the others, a round of applause, please, for this gallant Nigerian Air Force pilots.
Your Excellency, indeed, the Nigerian Air Force has poise. The Nigerian Air Force has valor. Nigerian Air Force has the skill to do the responsibilities that it's been tasked. And Your Excellency, all the pilots that flew these aircraft are Nigerians. I would like us to put your hands together for the Nigerian Air Force for doing a very wonderful job. And as we say in the Nigerian Air Force, we are always willing, able, ready to defend the territorial integrity of Nigeria in the air. This brings us to the end of the aerial display. I now hand you over to Major Paul Abara for the continuation of commentaries. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for this exquisite display by the Nigerian Air Force. Thank you. Your Excellency, the special guest of honor, Reviewing Officer, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, Your Excellencies, very senior military officers, both serving and deservedly retired, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, next will be the firing of volleys of shots and the 21-gun salute. Please, a brief word of caution here. It is part of this ceremony. No panicking, please, no fidgeting, no fright at all. 21-gun salute will follow the volley of shots. Parade Commander, Lieutenant Colonel M.S. Daruda, please. Thank you.
Red! Inward! Dress!
Apart from the giant stride in the defense sector, the education, health, agri, works, youth and sports, housing, as well as transportation sectors have also flourished under the present administration. A great departure from the past. Kene?
Well, I think the signs are there for people to feel. It's been some years of improvements and progress for Nigeria, and today being at the remembrance of our 58 years as a sovereign nation, you can as well enjoy the beauty of these awesome parades by the military formations, particularly the Nigerian army, as so much has been achieved in that direction. Well, of course, you're still watching activities marking Nigeria's independence at 58, reaching you live on the NTA. Of course, this is the Eagle Square, Abuja. We've seen the symbolic firing of volleys and 21 gun salutes all happening here. The review order ongoing right now. And then, of course, we are expecting the 3 healthy cheers. Time has been allotted to all these items on the schedule ahead of the closure of today's event at the Eagle Square. It's all good and fine. Nigeria in the mood of celebration.
I very diligently and most respectfully request the Honorable Minister of Defense to please invite the special guest of honor, the Reviewing Officer, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, to please take position at the presidential dais. The Honorable Minister, sir. Applause, please. Advancing in review order there. Thank you.
Guest of honor, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, Republic.
national anthem over, the parade commander, Lieutenant Colonel M.S. Daroda, now marches towards the presidential dais on the horseback to seek the presidential permission of Mr. President to march up the colors and the rest of the parade.
May I have your permission to march up the colors and the rest of the parade, Your Excellency?
Presidential permission diligently sought there by the parade commander, Lieutenant Colonel M.S. Daroda, and presidentially given by Mr. President, Special Guest of Honor, Reviewing Officer, President Commander-in-Chief. Your hands together, please, for Mr. President. Epoch-making occasion, the 58th Independence Anniversary, and of course, the President now proceeds to sign the anniversary register to give his impression of this August occasion. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we thank the chairman of the Central Organizing Committee of the 58th Independence Anniversary Celebration 2018, Mr. Gabriel Aduda. He is the Permanent Secretary, Political and Administrative Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, and the chairman of the Parade Subcommittee, Brigadier General U.T. Musa, Commander Guards Brigade. We also want to thank those who anchored this occasion, Group Captain Ernest Richard Bassi, Wing Commander Oluwaseun Ayotunde Oluwatayo, Lieutenant Commander Abdusalam Sani, Deputy Commissioner of Police, DCP Rabiu Lado, DC Admin, FCT Police Command, Superintendent of Police, Brema Yusuf Buba, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Adamu Moye, Captain Usman Tanimu of the Guards Brigade, and yours sincerely, Major Paul Abara, a retired officer formerly of the Directorate of Army Public Relations. This is wishing Your Excellencies, very senior officers, distinguished guests, journey messages back to your respective destination. We pray, God bless, we meet this time next year by His grace. Thank you for honoring this invitation. Thank you and God bless. Thank you. Special guest of honor, the Vice President.
And it is on that note we draw the curtains on the live telecast of events marking the 58th independence anniversary of the country, Nigeria, a country which has seen it all. My colleague here is Ima.
Well, Cage, has been a nice day from the Eagle Square. At least there is hope for our great nation, Nigeria. My name is Kenen Ima Abodike. Thanks indeed for watching.
And I am KG Busari Ahmed. Happy Independence Anniversary.
Hello, Niger. It's a beautiful day.
And now it's time for some amazing music.
Don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back.
Where is it?
What are you searching for?
With Glow Yakata, for every recharge, they'll give you 22 times the amount to call all the networks.
What? So if I load 100 Naira,